wonderful support team that is here with the gallery that helped us yesterday, Loris and Morris. That was Lois. That was everything just went up so well during the week. And I did not realise, Lydia, what a smooth talking son you have there. Anyway, thank you all very much for coming, and some of you have travelled some distances. There's Mark and Vivian from Calliope, and Zoe and Caleb from Gladstone, and unfortunately, like Adam, couldn't make it here. And there's a group of faithful friends of Lydia's down in Goulburn who would have loved to have been here, but couldn't make it. So, and I would really like to especially thank Lydia, because without her support, this exhibition would not have happened. Constructive criticism goes a long way. Anyway, I'll just run you through what I've done here. I think Trevor's mentioned already the faces and places and everything. This is one cityscape from Sydney that I've done. It's Chippendale, which I think is somewhere where you went to university. Is that right, Zoe? Yeah.
Central Sydney, yeah.
Around that area there. So I've actually had great fun in doing this. It was 2018 when Lydia and I decided to set an exhibition together. And as I was travelling over to Western Australia to see family and friends, like I usually do every 2 to 3 years, the concept of faces and places came together, and so we'll travel around. We're going to the territory now. This one is Daly Waters. 2018, when I was there was a statue of Ned Kelly next to that truck there. I was there about a month ago, and Ned's taken off somewhere. He's not there anymore. So that was Daly Waters. This one here is my grandson trying to go for a part in a movie, but he's decided he's going to be a mechanic on the mines. He can do that and make more money. That was part of the movie scene that was being first filmed. And in 2019, I was extremely fortunate to be asked by Greg Jacobson to go along to PNG. So, thanks, Greg. That was a very memorable trip. And flying back from Lae to Port Moresby, that scene was out the side of the window there, and I just absolutely fell in love with that. But then I had to think, now hang on, this is Faces and Places of Australia, so I thought, well, we better whack a couple of brogues in there, and they're flying back to Queensland. This one here, if anyone hasn't been to the Dinosaur Museum in Winton, you've got to go there. It's just an absolutely, the sculptures and that are there are absolutely amazing. And I was just fortunate enough to be there early in the morning when these couple of staff people were carrying that milk tray in there, and to me, Banjo's just saying that's breakfast in a milk tray. All these paintings are done on a very fine duck canvas. I've gone into painting very, very fine, so these paintings take me anything up to 2.5 to 3 months to execute. When saying that, these two portraits here, they're done with a palette knife and a broader brush stroke. After doing those, I decided to go into very fine work. So I would be working on like about a thumbnail with just pinpricks of paint on there, a little bit of dry brushing. But yeah, after a period of time, you just got to stand back and come back to it. And luckily I've got a young friend across the road, Corn, there, who comes and saves me every now and again and shows me some of his paintings that he's doing. Corn has actually been stuck in Australia for 2 years. He was 10 when he came here, he's 12 now. COVID's had him stuck here, but he comes over with some amazing paintings. He's actually doing correspondence through a school in India at the moment. So this is a friend of mine, Albert Brooks, down in Bridgetown in Western Australia, hence the leather jacket and freezing cold, but you can't live in there, it's too cold. I actually met Albert up in the Kimberleys many years before, but he lives down in Bridgetown there now. This gentleman here is Mario Daniel, a Kimberley identity, great fisherman, good friend of mine. And I managed to take a photograph of him there one morning just as he was getting up and he hadn't put his teeth in yet. And I said, that looks a lot better than his teeth in actually. This is a good friend of mine too, Mick Lanigan from Sandfire Roadhouse. Mick's been in the Kimberleys most of his life on stations. Unfortunately, he's got the disease there now, but Sandfire is probably one of the hottest places in Australia. Mick, I saw him again a few months ago. He's sitting now in a gopher, he can't even walk anymore. Now this lovely lady here, she really did give me a challenge when I painted Lynn, and thank you Lynn for wearing this absolutely amazing costume here. It's just absolutely, you said why, and I said, well I wanted a challenge, you gave me one. It was very fortunate that Maryborough has a marvellous Wide Bay Gallery and art supply place here, and with the absolutely helpful people there, we managed to get 3 different blues. It was a Prussian blue, a cobalt, and an ultramarine with a dash of white, and that got it as close as to that colour that Lynn is wearing there now. So thank you, Lynn. That's absolutely marvellous.
You did a really good job.
Thank you, thank you. And I did put a couple of hairs out of place, I'm sorry.
They're always out of place.
This is a good friend of mine up in the Territory, and as you know, you can take a million photographs, but it was just, hey, Di, and she turned around, she's got a spatula in her hand just about ready to crack an egg, you know. Yeah. So, Aussies make do with what they have. Greg McPhee here is also part of the historical village, and the building that he's in, we just actually completed that building. It's a slab shade house area for an old cane wagon, and he epitomises the man on the land. So yeah, that was Greg there.
He had a problem with his teeth too, didn't he?
Yeah, but he never wears his teeth, but he's grown his hair back again, so he looks even wilder now. And the painting over there behind you, that was coming back across the top, going over the Barkly Plains, and very desolate sort of country. But, one picture that stuck in my mind in this trip I've just come back from was going through the Channel Country in Western Queensland, and the sky and the horizon, the land is just flat as. There's no road, you just drive anywhere. And then all of a sudden there's a sign with a bend in it. And I'm thinking, why? So that's the next painting for sure. So thank you all very, very much for coming, and thanks Lydia for getting this all together for us, and I'll pass you on to Lydia.